Welcome back, everyone, to our coin channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that could make you look at your change in a completely new light. Have you ever wondered if a seemingly ordinary nickel might be worth a fortune? If you've got a 1967 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, then you could be sitting on a hidden treasure worth over $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's explore why this specific coin is so valuable, and how you can spot one. To start, let's break down exactly what makes this 1967 Jefferson nickel so special. For most of us, a nickel is just 5 cents, right? But certain coins from specific years and with rare characteristics can fetch extraordinary prices. The 1967 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is one of those coins, and here's why. When the U.S. Mint produces coins, they typically mark them with a mint mark to show where they were struck. For example, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark, coins from the Denver Mint have a D mint mark, and coins from the San Francisco Mint have an S mint mark. In most years, the 1967 Jefferson nickel was struck in both Denver and Philadelphia, with Denver coins carrying the D mint mark and Philadelphia coins often lacking any mint mark, signifying that they were minted in Philadelphia. However, a peculiar and rare variety of the 1967 nickel surfaced. While the mint was primarily producing coins with the D mint mark, some 1967 Jefferson nickels were made without any mint mark at all, specifically from the Denver Mint. These coins weren't supposed to have been struck at the Philadelphia Mint, yet some of them ended up circulating without any mint mark. The result? A rare and highly sought-after coin that collectors crave. Now, you might be asking, why is this particular 1967 nickel worth so much? The main reason is its rarity, and the error that occurred during its production. Most 1967 Jefferson nickels from the Denver Mint are stamped with a D, and the ones without it are highly unusual. This error creates a unique, highly collectible coin. Coin collectors know that rarity, history, and demand drive value. And since the 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is so rare, many of them have been lost or damaged over the years. The ones in excellent condition have become highly prized among coin collectors. Because these coins are so hard to come by, the price for them can be astronomical, especially for those in pristine condition. The most incredible part about the 1967 no mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is its potential market value. In recent years, some of these coins have been sold at auction for jaw-dropping amounts. One of the highest recorded prices is $1.7 million. This rare find was a game-changer in the world of numismatics, as it set the precedent for how valuable these unique nickels could become. The scarcity of these coins and the intense demand from collectors have driven the market value to incredible heights. Of course, not every 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel will fetch $1.7 million. The price depends on the condition of the coin, with well-preserved specimens being worth significantly more. If you find one of these coins in excellent condition, you could be looking at a 6-figure or even 7-figure payout. If you're hoping to discover one of these rare coins in your pocket change or collection, it's essential to know how to spot it. Here's what to look for. Year. The coin must be from 1967. This is crucial, as only nickels from this year are relevant to this particular variety. Mint mark. The absence of a mint mark is key. While most 1967 Jefferson nickels have a D mint mark from the Denver Mint, look carefully at the reverse side of the coin, just above the word Monticello. If you find a 1967 nickel without a mint mark in that area, you've got a rare coin. Condition. The condition of the coin is crucial for its value. A coin with minimal wear and no visible damage, known as mint state, or MS condition, is much more valuable than a heavily worn one. Coins in near-perfect condition can command a premium price. Design. The 1967 Jefferson nickel features the iconic Monticello building on the reverse, designed by Felix Schlag. While this design is standard on most Jefferson nickels, it's important to ensure the overall details of the coin are sharp and clear, as this can affect its market value. If you happen to find a 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, your next steps depend on its condition and your goals as a collector. First, make sure to carefully examine the coin and store it properly to avoid damaging it. You may want to have it professionally graded by a reputable grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services will assess the coin's condition and provide a grade, which can significantly affect its value. Once it's graded, you can decide whether to hold onto it as part of your collection or sell it. If you're interested in selling, there are several auction houses, dealers, and online platforms where rare coins like the 1967 no-mint mark nickel are bought and sold. But remember, this is a rare find, so make sure to get an expert opinion before making any decisions. The 1967 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is a stunning example of how one small error can lead to a coin becoming an extraordinary rarity in the world of numismatics. With a potential market value of up to $1.7 million, it's no wonder collectors are so eager to find one. If you come across a 1967 nickel with no mint mark, remember, it could be your ticket to a fortune. 1973 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. This seemingly ordinary coin, which is part of the popular Jefferson nickel series, could be worth a staggering $1.8 million under the right conditions. So, let's dive into why this particular coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and how much it could potentially fetch on the current market. First, let's set the stage with a bit of background on the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and has been a staple of American coinage ever since. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, and Monticello, his iconic Virginia estate, on the reverse. The Monticello design has remained a part of the coin for decades, making it one of the most recognizable elements of U.S. coinage. But what makes the 1973 version of this coin stand out among the rest? To understand why the 1973 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is so valuable, we need to take a closer look at its rarity. The U.S. Mint typically places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced. For example, a D represents the Denver Mint, an S indicates the San Francisco Mint, and no mint mark generally means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1973, most Jefferson nickels were minted with the D or S mint marks. However, a very small number of these coins were struck without any mint mark at all. These coins are extremely rare because the Philadelphia Mint was still producing nickels with the typical absence of a mint mark for this year. The 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is a mistake coin, a result of an error at the minting process. While it may seem insignificant at first glance, its rarity has made it one of the most sought-after nickels by collectors today. So, how did this coin go from being just another nickel to a coin worth an eye-popping $1.8 million? The answer lies in its extreme rarity and the high demand for error coins in the numismatic world. While millions of regular Jefferson nickels were minted in 1973, only a handful of these no-mint mark versions have surfaced in the years since. The value of the 1973 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is driven by a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the growing market for high-value error coins. In 2024, one of these rare nickels was auctioned for an incredible $1.8 million, setting a record for this specific issue. As more collectors discover the rarity and worth of these coins, their value continues to rise. If you're wondering how you can identify a 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel in your own collection, here are a few key tips. The design of Monticello on the reverse side should be clear and detailed. But most importantly, check the absence of a mint mark. If there's no D or S visible near the bottom of the coin, it could be the rare no-mint mark variety. Just like with any valuable coin, the condition of the 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel plays a significant role in its worth. Coins in excellent condition, graded MS65 or higher, will command much higher prices. If you think you've found one of these rare coins, having it graded and certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC is a good idea. Certification not only verifies its authenticity but can also increase its market value. You might be wondering why a coin with an error, like missing a mint mark, is so much more valuable than a regular coin. The key reason lies in their rarity. Error coins are often produced when something goes wrong in the minting process. These errors are rare, and as more time passes, fewer of them remain in circulation. The combination of rarity, uniqueness, and demand from collectors makes error coins like the 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel extremely valuable. If you're lucky enough to own a 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, you might be wondering how to sell it. You could sell it through an auction, where rare coins like this often go for their highest prices. Alternatively, you might want to reach out to a reputable numismatic dealer who specializes in high-value error coins. For buyers, finding one of these coins is a bit like hunting for treasure. It's important to stay connected with the coin community, attend coin shows, and always verify the authenticity of any coin before making a purchase. The 1973 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the United States, with a market value that has been known to reach up to $1.8 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, it's important to keep your eyes peeled for coins like this that could turn up in your pocket change. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, be sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more in-depth coin content. And remember, you never know, your next pocket change might just be worth a fortune. 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel. Now you might be thinking, what makes a 1985 nickel worth so much? Well, you're in for a treat because this coin has been making waves in the numismatic community, and its value could potentially reach up to $1.8 million. Let's break down why this seemingly ordinary nickel could be worth a small fortune. First things first, let's talk about what exactly we're dealing with here. The Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the series of nickels featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This design was first minted in 1938 and has been used in various forms ever since. The 1985 version features the same obverse, front, image of Jefferson's portrait, which was designed by Felix Schlag in 1938, and the reverse, back, shows a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello. The 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and the P mint mark indicates it was minted there. At first glance, this coin seems like any other modern nickel in circulation. However, there's something about certain 1985 P nickels that sets them apart from the millions of others produced that year. Let's uncover the mystery behind these unique coins and what makes them so valuable. So, what's the catch with the 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel? The key factor here is a rare and unexpected error that occurred during the minting process. Some of these 1985 P nickels feature an unusual die variety, known as the double die, or double die, error. This error occurs when a die used to strike the coins shifts slightly between impressions, causing the design to appear double. In the case of the 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel, the double die is often most visible in the letters and details of the Monticello building on the reverse side. The doubling is typically most prominent in the Monticello inscription, but collectors have found other areas where the doubling can be seen as well, including on the dome and other architectural features. Now, you might be wondering, how rare are these double die errors? Well, not every 1985 P nickel exhibits this flaw. The number of nickels that were affected by this minting error is very small, which contributes to the coin's rarity and, as a result, its value. These error coins have become highly sought after by collectors, and in some cases, they've been sold at auctions for jaw-dropping prices. Here's the part that's truly mind-blowing. Certain examples of the 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel with the double die error can command prices in the hundreds of thousands, or even up to $1.80 million. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, it's important to note that not all 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickels are worth that kind of money. To fetch this kind of value, the coin needs to be in exceptional condition, ideally graded by a professional numismatic service like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The coin's condition is critical. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin that's been well preserved and shows minimal wear will obviously fetch more than one that's heavily worn. The $1.8 million price tag for a 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel was set by an ultra-rare example that appeared at auction. It was graded as a near-perfect specimen with a significant doubling effect that made it stand out from the rest. Coins like this one don't come up for sale often, and when they do, the bidding is fierce among collectors and investors eager to own a piece of history. So, how can you tell if your 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth millions? The most important thing to look for is the double die error. The doubling should be visible on the reverse of the coin, particularly in the Monticello inscription and other areas of the building's design. Aside from the error itself, it's also important to check the coin's overall condition. Coins that are in higher grades, such as MS65 or above, are much more valuable than those in lower grades with heavy wear. A coin's grade is determined by factors like the sharpness of the design, the presence of any blemishes or scratches, and the overall cleanliness of the coin's surface. If you think you might have a 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the double die error, it's a good idea to take it to a professional coin grader or a reputable dealer for authentication. They'll be able to give you a more accurate assessment of its value and condition. Beyond the double die error and the coin's condition, there are other factors that can influence its value. For example, if the coin is part of a specific set or has unique characteristics, this could also increase its market price. Provenance, or the coin's history of ownership, can also play a role in its value, especially if it has been part of a famous collection or has been featured in major auctions. It's also worth noting that coins like the 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel don't always stay at the same value over time. The coin market can be volatile, and prices fluctuate based on demand, the economy, and the overall interest in coin collecting. To wrap up, the 1985 Monticello Jefferson nickel is a fascinating coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike due to its rare double die error. While not every 1985 nickel will be worth $1.8 million, those with the error and in excellent condition can fetch impressive prices at auction. If you happen to come across one of these coins in your collection or in your change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. 2000 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. You may have heard about its astronomical value, and today, we'll explore why this coin has the potential to be worth up to $1.9 million. That's right, $1.9 million. So, buckle up as we unravel the mystery behind this rare gem and discuss what makes it so special in today's market. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting content about coins and their unbelievable values. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, with the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, featured on the reverse. But today, we're focusing on the 2000 Mint Mark version of the Monticello nickel. Before we dive into its value, let's take a moment to understand the significance of the Monticello design. The reverse of this nickel was designed by Felix Schlag, and it features Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home. Over the years, this design has become synonymous with American heritage and is a symbol of Thomas Jefferson's contributions to the nation. In 2000, the U.S. Mint released a series of coins to celebrate the bicentennial of Jefferson's death. These coins marked a special edition and were struck with the famous Monticello design, adding an extra layer of historical value to the piece. Now, let's zoom in on the specific coin we're talking about, the 2000 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. The P Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and in general, coins minted at Philadelphia often have a lower mintage compared to other facilities. However, the rarest and most valuable of these coins have something a little extra, something that sets them apart from the rest. In 2000, the U.S. Mint made a small but significant error that would later make this coin extremely valuable. While many coins from this year appear normal, a very small number of them have a striking error, known as a double die obverse. This error occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the production process, causing a double image effect. This double image on the obverse of the coin gives the impression of multiple impressions of Jefferson's face, creating an optical illusion of doubling. Now, it's important to note that this double die error is rare, very rare, and is what makes the 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel so valuable. Not every coin from this year has the error, but for those that do, they're worth significantly more than their face value. So, why are these coins worth so much? Let's talk about the market value. While the general 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickels are worth around 5 to 10 cents in circulated condition, those with the double die error can fetch a staggering price. A few specific coins with the double die error have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, but one particular sale turned heads in the numismatic community. In 2005, a 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel with the double die error was sold for nearly $1.9 million at auction. This coin was in pristine, uncirculated condition, and the error made it an extremely sought-after piece by collectors. Why such a high price? Well, it's the combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. The error is rare enough to make it a prized find, and when paired with a coin in mint condition, it becomes a perfect storm for an astronomical auction price. In fact, this coin has become a prime example of how certain errors and rare coins can skyrocket in value, sometimes reaching amounts that most of us could never imagine for a simple 5-cent coin. If you're out there searching for your own 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel, keep an eye out for these key details. First and foremost, check the obverse of the coin for the double die error. If Jefferson's portrait seems slightly doubled or blurred in certain areas, you might have a rare find. Pay close attention to the date, especially the last digit of the year, 2000. Make sure the coin is in good condition. Coins in circulated condition with the error are still valuable, but uncirculated or mint condition coins are what drive prices into the stratosphere. Finally, it's important to get your coin authenticated and graded by a trusted organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A high-quality grade from one of these organizations can significantly increase the value of your coin. To wrap things up, the 2000p mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel stands as a shining example of how rare errors, historical significance, and coin condition can come together to create a truly valuable piece. With a potential worth of up to $1.9 million, this coin is a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting and the unpredictable nature of the numismatic market. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or sorting through your collection, remember that sometimes, the most humble of coins can hold incredible value. And who knows, you might just discover the next rare gem in your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future content on rare coins and their astounding values. Imagine owning a coin in your collection that's worth not just a few dollars, not a couple hundred, but over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. It's possible that a simple 1981 D Jefferson nickel with a Monticello reverse could be worth up to $1.4 million. Now, think about that for a second. One single coin could mean financial freedom, a new house, an earlier retirement, or that dream lifestyle you've been envisioning. But what makes a single nickel command such an astounding value? And could you be holding one right now? Stick around, because in this video, we're diving deep into why this coin is so valuable, the mistakes that can cost you big when selling, and how to get top dollar for it. You don't want to miss this, especially if you're ready to cash in and live the life you deserve. Alright, let's break it down. First, let's talk about what makes the 1981 D Jefferson nickel so incredibly rare. If you're thinking, come on, it's just a nickel, you're not alone. But with rare coins, what may seem ordinary can actually be worth a fortune. This specific coin has a unique detail, the D mint mark. It's all about the history and a little flaw that makes it unique. Sometimes these errors happen in the minting process, resulting in misaligned markings, extra details, or faint stamps. This small mint mark is what could potentially unlock the key to a massive payday. But wait, don't go diving into your coin jar just yet. Here's where it gets tricky. Not every 1981 D nickel is valuable. In fact, most will just be regular nickels worth exactly 5 cents. The real treasure is in finding one that's in pristine, mint condition and holds specific distinguishing features, like a perfectly sharp Monticello depiction and a flawless edge. Even the tiniest scratch can knock its value down by hundreds, even thousands. It's all about perfection. And before you rush out to start your hunt, ask yourself, do you have the patience to examine these coins under a microscope? Because that's where the real excitement begins. So, what exactly should you look for? The devil is in the details. Check for a full, sharp strike on both sides of the coin. The D-mint mark should be clear and centered, and the Monticello should appear with full, crisp steps. Collectors call it full steps, detail, and it's what separates a valuable coin from one that'll just get you a coffee at best. If you've got one of these near-perfect coins, you're in luck, but here's where the urgency kicks in. The market for these rare coins is booming, but it won't be forever. As more collectors flood the market, the competition for rare coins heats up, and prices can shift overnight. Now, more than ever, is the time to act if you've got something valuable in your collection. Imagine waking up tomorrow with the knowledge that you've secured a high-end auction spot for your coin. With the right appraisal, you could be seeing offers in the hundreds of thousands, or even millions. And let's face it, how many other nickels will give you that opportunity? None. This is about recognizing opportunity when it knocks, because who knows when it'll come around again. Ever heard the saying, "A penny saved is a penny earned"? Well, try a nickel saved, and maybe you'll earn a mansion. Now, before you cash out too early, there's one last piece to this puzzle. Something that could mean the difference between a small payout and a life-changing windfall. Here's the final key to selling a rare coin like this. Once you find a valuable 1981 D. Jefferson nickel, it's crucial to get it professionally appraised by a numismatics expert. These experts will grade your coin, verify its authenticity, and provide a certificate that serious collectors want to see. Without this, you could risk selling it for a fraction of its true worth. And when it comes to selling, avoid common mistakes. Auctions can be tempting, but negotiating privately with reputable buyers might be the better path. Knowledge is power, and in this case, the key to living that lifestyle you've dreamed about. So, take a look in your collection, carefully. Who knows, you could be holding a small piece of history worth over $1 million. And if you are? Well, you're in for quite an adventure. Remember, treasures don't always come in the form of gold and jewels. Sometimes, they're hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to recognize them. So, if you're ready to seize your piece of history, start looking, start evaluating, and prepare for what might just be the most profitable discovery of your life. You walk into your attic or rummage through a drawer filled with dusty old coins, and what you find could be worth more than your house. Now, imagine holding a coin in your hands that's worth over $1 million. Does that sound too good to be true? Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the unbelievable truth about a rare 1992 P-mint marked Jefferson nickel that's selling for $1.2 million, and how you might have one sitting in your collection right now. Let me start with something that might send a chill down your spine: the 1992 P-mint marked Jefferson nickel. This isn't just any ordinary nickel. In fact, it's one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever minted in American history. You've probably held one of these in your hand countless times, thinking it's just a regular coin. But what if I told you that a certain batch of these nickels has been fetching an insane $1.2 million in the market? It's not a typo. It's not a mistake. This is happening right now. But hold on. Before you rush to check the coin jar, remember, not all 1992 P nickels are created equal. In fact, only a few rare specimens have been discovered to be worth a small fortune. So, the big question is, do you have one of these treasures? Let's take a step back. The 1992 P Jefferson nickel was part of a regular batch produced by the U.S. Mint. It looks just like any other nickel, except for one very important detail: a rare error that occurred during its minting. This error, which wasn't noticed at first, created a small but highly sought-after difference in the coin's design. Over time, collectors started to recognize that the 1992 P-mint marked nickels, when found in the right condition, could fetch astronomical sums. Now, here's the kicker: These nickels are so rare, so valuable, that coin collectors around the world are desperate to get their hands on one. And the value? It's only going up. People are paying top dollar for these nickels, sometimes up to $1.2 million, because once they're gone, they're gone. But here's the catch: not all 1992p nickels are created equal. The condition, the era, and where you sell it can make a massive difference in the price you'll get for yours. So, let me ask you, do you know what to look for? Here's the truth. Every single day, thousands of people across the country are searching for this specific 1992p mint mark nickel. But time is running out. The longer you wait to check your collection, the higher the chance that you're missing out on an opportunity to make life-changing money. Don't be one of those people who looks back in regret, wondering what if. Imagine selling a single coin and instantly finding yourself in a position to live the life you've always dreamed of. No more worrying about bills. No more delays in your goals. This could be your moment, but only if you act right now. So, here's how to identify whether you have this rare nickel in your hands. You need to look closely at the coin's details. It's not just the date or the mint mark. You need to carefully inspect the design on the reverse side, especially the Monticello building. The error coin has a slight yet crucial detail in the windows of the building that distinguishes it from the common version. Is your coin one of the rare ones? Or will you miss out on your shot to own a piece of history? In the next few moments, I'm going to show you how to get your coin appraised, and how to sell it for maximum value. But first, I need to ask you, how much is your future worth? Because if you don't act soon, that $1.2 million might just slip through your fingers. Fade to black with the sound of a coin being flipped, as the screen text reads. Stay tuned for the next step. Don't wait. Subscribe now, and turn those old coins into the future you deserve. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more valuable coin secrets. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Imagine finding a small, forgotten coin in your change jar, only to realize it's worth over $1 million. Seems impossible, right? But today, I'm about to reveal a coin that defies all odds, a 1995p mint mark Jefferson nickel. Yes, this simple 5-cent coin is turning heads and hitting the $1 million mark in recent auctions. Why? Stick around, because this isn't just about one coin, it's about the hidden treasures you might already have lying around. Now, let's go back to 1995. Bill Clinton was president, eBay was just getting started, and the US Mint was pumping out billions of nickels. But among the billions, a few mysterious 1995 nickels, marked with AP, were minted with a special distinction. These aren't just any Jefferson nickels. They carry a value and mystique that have left coin collectors and historians in awe. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this little nickel worth a small fortune? Here's the answer: rarity, demand, and a touch of mystery. Few people even know about this rare nickel, and even fewer understand its true value. Some collectors are scrambling, paying hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to own one. And just imagine, it could be sitting in your coin jar right now. By the way, if you're digging through your change right now, you're not alone. Let me know in the comments if you've already checked your wallet. Alright, let's dive into what really makes this coin so incredibly valuable. First, the P mint mark is one you don't typically see on nickels from the 90s. This detail signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. But not all 1995p nickels are valuable, so listen closely. The minting of this Jefferson nickel was unique. Some of these coins were made with a minting error, a barely noticeable double strike that wasn't corrected. These small flaws in manufacturing turned regular coins into absolute gold mines in the collector's market. And the rarer the flaw, the higher the price. Collectors go wild for these anomalies because it's almost like finding a fingerprint that only a few coins in the world have. With demand surging, the value has skyrocketed, and in recent years, we've seen these nickels auctioned for upwards of $1.3 million. Yes, $1.3 million for a nickel. That's a retirement plan, a new house, and your dream vacation, all from one coin. Now, what would you do if you found one? And before we get into how you can identify one of these coins, let me ask you, What would $1.3 million change in your life? Think about it. Because what I'm about to tell you next could be your golden ticket. Brief music interlude as we transition to the next act. Let's get practical. Finding this coin isn't as simple as looking for a 1995 mint mark. You need to know what to look for to avoid counterfeits and to ensure you have the real deal. Here are a few key identifiers. Mint mark, look for the P symbol, but don't stop there. Condition, serious collectors pay top dollar for coins in pristine condition, often stored in collections, untouched by circulation. The error, the double strike flaw is subtle. You'll notice slight doubling in Jefferson's profile or the wording if you look closely. Once you've found a coin that matches, your next step is getting it evaluated by a professional numismatist, someone who specializes in rare coins. Remember, there are tons of fakes out there, so you don't want to skip this step. If the coin is authenticated, you may just have a ticket to wealth in your hands. And by the way, if you're tempted to take this coin to your local bank, don't. They'll just hand you 5 cents in return. True story. With values climbing, the window to cash in on these coins might be limited. As interest grows, more people are searching, and the price is sure to rise. But as more are found, rarity may decrease, so if you think you have one, now is the time to act. So, are you ready to check your change jar? Imagine the possibility of unearthing $1.3 million, just like that. It's not just a dream. It's the reality of rare coin collectors who know what to look for, and it's a chance that could be waiting for you. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing, because we're uncovering hidden wealth in places you'd least expect, with more rare coin guides coming your way. Next time, we're exploring a penny worth nearly as much as a car. Imagine sitting in your living room, flipping through an old coin jar that's been gathering dust for years. You pull out a nickel, and without even realizing it, you're holding a coin worth over $1 million. Sounds too good to be true? Well, stick around because this coin could be hidden in your collection right now. Welcome to today's video where we'll be diving into one of the most extraordinary discoveries in the world of rare coins, the 2002 mint marked Jefferson Monticello nickel. This isn't just any ordinary nickel. In fact, the coin we're about to discuss is making headlines for its jaw-dropping market value, sitting at an incredible $1.1 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, a nickel? Really? Yes, really. In the world of coin collecting, it's the seemingly ordinary coins that can often hold the most incredible value. And you might be sitting on one without even realizing it. But before we get into the specifics of how to identify this rare coin, let me ask you a question. How much do you know about your coin collection? Have you ever really examined the nickels, pennies, or dimes you've tucked away? Because trust me, there's a world of fortune waiting for you, and it might be hiding in plain sight. So, how did the 2002 mint marked Jefferson Monticello nickel become so valuable? Let's take a step back and look at the history behind it. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, but it was the 2002 version that captured the attention of collectors. The coin you're looking for was struck at the Denver Mint, and it's got something incredibly rare about it, a minting error that made it an absolute gem in the eyes of collectors. You see, while most Jefferson nickels were produced without much fanfare, a few from that batch were mysteriously struck with a subtle but crucial flaw. And these flaws are what drive the coin's value into the millions today. Now, let me stop here for a second. Do you think your change jar is just a collection of loose coins, or is it possibly a treasure chest? The truth is, millions of dollars are locked away in everyday, seemingly insignificant coins. Are you ready to discover how to identify if you've got one? This coin's story is about more than just its rarity. It's about the opportunity you might be holding in your hands right now. A nickel, just 5 cents, could be your ticket to an entirely new life. A life where you can finally start living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But first, you need to know how to spot this rare coin. So, how do you identify the 2002 mint marked Jefferson Monticello nickel in your collection? Here's where it gets interesting. First, take a close look at the mint mark. The D you'll find on the back of the coin is the key. But it's not just any D. This specific mint mark comes with a unique flaw, one that makes it stand out from the other 2002 nickels. The flaw involves the way the mint mark was stamped onto the coin, creating a subtle but noticeable difference when compared to a standard version. This mistake happened during production, and now it's one of the most sought-after errors in the coin collecting world. Now, here's where it gets a little more exciting. If you look at the condition of the coin, that could dramatically increase the value. A well-preserved 2002 D mint mark Jefferson nickel with this error has been known to sell for over $1 million. That's right, a single coin can put you in the Millionaires Club if you know what you're looking for. But don't get too excited just yet. Let's dive into the next step because, to unlock that fortune, you need to know the exact specifications that can make or break its value. Alright, so you've found your 2002 D mint mark Jefferson nickel. But here's the big question: how do you prove it's the real deal? This is where many people get tripped up. You can't just throw the coin up on eBay and hope for the best. No, you need to verify its authenticity. The first thing you'll want to do is take the coin to a reputable dealer or a grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). They can confirm whether the error is legitimate and provide you with a certified grade. A coin's grade determines its worth, and let me tell you, if your coin is in top-notch condition, you could be looking at a life-changing windfall. The higher the grade, the more valuable your coin becomes. Some have sold for 6 figures, but a coin with a flawless grade could easily push the value into the 7-figure range. But there's one thing you need to keep in mind: this is not a coin to sit on. The market for rare coins is always fluctuating, and waiting too long could mean missing out on a huge payday. The longer you hold onto a coin like this, the more chances you have of either a market crash or new collectors flooding the market. Timing is everything. So, what's the moral of the story here? Don't sit on your collection thinking it's just a pile of old change. It could be your ticket to an entirely new lifestyle, a life where you no longer have to worry about money. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one last thought. If you've been collecting coins for years, or if you've inherited a jar full of old nickels, pennies, and dimes, you might have already found your golden ticket. But the question is, what happens next? Well, stick with me because in the next video, I'll reveal how to sell rare coins safely, how to find buyers who'll pay top dollar, and the best way to protect your windfall from scams. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. For now, take a deep breath and go check your coin collection. Who knows? You could be holding on to a life-changing treasure, just waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on how to turn your coin collection into a fortune. Drop a comment below and let us know, have you ever found a rare coin? Maybe it's time to check that jar one more time. Imagine finding a simple coin tucked away in a forgotten drawer, only to realize it could be worth as much as a luxury car, or even $1 million. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of rare coins, where a humble nickel minted in 2006 could be the key to an unexpected fortune. Stick with me as I reveal why this specific Lincoln Monticello Jefferson nickel with the elusive P mint mark might just change your financial future. And trust me, you'll want to keep watching. This is one coin you'll be scouring your collection for. First things first, why is this 2006 P mint mark Jefferson nickel suddenly in the spotlight? Well, let's rewind for a moment to understand its significance. The Monticello Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia, might seem like just another coin. But this one, with its unique P mark and subtle details, has captivated collectors and investors alike. But before we get into the specifics, let me ask you, what would you do if you found a nickel that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even $1 million? If that idea sounds far-fetched, consider this: rare coins, even those made as recently as 2006, have surged in value due to their rarity, historical significance, and a growing wave of collectors. And that wave? It's only getting bigger. This specific nickel, with its P mint mark, has captured attention due to several factors, including condition, demand, and certain production quirks that make it incredibly rare. Now, if you're thinking, how could a 2006 nickel be worth more than a vacation home? You're not alone. I had to do a double take too. But there's a method to this madness. Let's break it down. Alright, so what's the magic behind this 2006p Jefferson nickel? To start, this coin was minted during a unique period for the US Mint, which experimented with design variations. Coins in this series were printed with different details, making some stand out more than others. But what truly sets this nickel apart isn't just the design, it's the scarcity, especially in pristine condition. Only a handful of these coins exist in what collectors call mint state, meaning they look as untouched as the day they were created. Now, here's where things get interesting. What makes these particular coins a collector's dream isn't just that they're hard to find, but that they're becoming harder to find every year. In fact, a handful of collectors and coin experts are calling this one of the rarest modern-day coins. Why, you ask? It comes down to supply and demand. As more collectors hunt down these rare nickels, the few pristine examples left become even more valuable. The real kicker? Some of these nickels are even graded as high as MS-70, a perfect condition score that's almost unheard of. Just imagine, one coin, worth $1 million, because of a number as small as 70. Let that sink in. So, what does this mean for you? If you're sitting there wondering, could I really have one of these $1 million coins stashed away? The answer is, maybe. And that's why, if you have any 2006p Jefferson nickels in your possession, it's time to get them checked. Today, we're seeing more and more collectors and buyers paying top dollar for rare coins in top condition. Some have even gone as high as 7 figures. And trust me, once word gets out about these nickels, competition will only increase. Now, before you go raiding every change jar in the house, hear me out. You want to know what to look for specifically. So let's talk condition, scarcity, and how to know if you're holding a gold mine, or just pocket change. Now, don't skip ahead just yet. Because even if you have a 2006p nickel, its value depends on several things: surface quality, luster, and even the tiniest scratches can make or break its value. In just a second, I'll explain the top things you should check for on your own nickel, no expert required. But before we get to that checklist, let me tell you a quick story. Recently, a collector discovered that he'd unknowingly had a 2006p nickel, perfectly graded, in his collection for years. He sent it off for appraisal on a whim, expecting it to be worth a few $100s. When he got the estimate, though, a jaw-dropping 6 figures. Imagine his surprise when he realized a single coin could have paid off his mortgage. Now, here's what to check for on your 2006p Jefferson nickel. First, look for pristine, unblemished surfaces. These coins are almost always worth more. Next, inspect the details on Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building. They should be crisp, with no smudging. And of course, pay close attention to the luster. A bright, shiny surface can mean a higher grade, which could send your coin's value soaring. Think of it as a tiny passport to wealth. So, what's your next move? If you've got that special coin, take action now. Have it evaluated by a professional, check its condition, and if possible, have it graded. Remember, every day that passes could mean higher competition and increased demand. Rare coins like these don't wait around, either should you. Who knows? You might just have $1 million nickel hiding right under your nose. And if that doesn't spark a little excitement, well, maybe it's time to start looking at those coins a little closer. Remember, fortunes are rarely found by accident. They're created by those who take action. So take that step today. You could be sitting on a small treasure worth more than you ever imagined. Did you enjoy uncovering the secrets of the 2006p Jefferson nickel? There's so much more to discover in the world of rare coins and hidden treasures, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights that could change your financial future. Who knows? The next video might just lead you to your next big find.